You know what I'm gonna do about it? I'm gonna tweet my displeasure. That's right. I'm gonna jump on social media till my fingers bleed. I might even send an Instagram.
What's poppin' YouTube? It's your boy imKingKenneth, back from another video. And today I'm wearing my glasses because I gotta teach y'all something. Because some of y'all out there are actually dumb. And these past few weeks prove it. Whether it's a DDG and Halle Bailey situation, the Megan Thee Stallion and Tory Lanez situation, or the Diddy and Cassie situation. Because when I swear to God I log on social media and hear people's opinions about these topics, I lose 5 brain cells. So in this video, I'm just going to explain the situations at hand, people's arguments surrounding the situation, why I personally disagree with some things, the true severity of these situations, and what could happen going forward. So with all that being said, let's not waste any more time and head straight to the video. I'm sure y'all could tell already based on the intro, but this is going to be a different video of mine. As I'm breaking down these different situations, and by the end of it, I'm going to say an overall message that relates to all 3 situations. So there are 3 parts to this. And if you want to skip to a certain part, or just see how long a certain segment is, I'm going to leave timestamps in the description. But just like a GTA 5, we're going to solve the first character on the character wheel, starting off for Diddy. Which by the way, before I start anything else, this video was originally going to be a Diddy trial update. So if you still want to see that video, y'all let me know down in the comments. Because not really going to talk about the trial itself, but instead I'm going to talk about the narrative that Cassie has because of this trial. This is the first thing I want to say. This is not a violence trial. This is a trafficking trial, as Diddy is facing allegations that he's transporting escorts across state lines and people are doing freak outs against their own will. It's just that Cassie was once a part of it, as Diddy's former girlfriend. So with that being said, there are way more things to this trial than Cassie, and we don't know how long this trial is going to be or what else will come from this, but just based on what we hear now, it's already going crazy. Because just yesterday at the time of recording, Kid Cudi had a testimony where Diddy literally exploded his car, all because he was dating Cassie at the time, when they weren't even dating. And I know people would bring up that Cassie helped with the freak-offs, or Cassie was involved with him for a long time. Do people not know how domestic violence works? Victims usually develop Stockholm syndrome and usually love their abuser, either out of fear, hope it will get better, lack of options, whether it's financially, mentally, physically, etc. And with Diddy being a multi-millionaire and a celebrity, that is exemplified to the max. Diddy, whenever he beat up Cassie so much, would send Cassie to a hotel to heal her injuries, and she would not get out of the hotel until it's fully healed, with security guards all around her. Not to mention the manipulation, the age gap, and whenever she did try to escape, she would fail. I already mentioned Kid Cudi, and that he blew up a car like a movie supervillain, which Kid Cudi actually mentioned in his testimony. But I'm sure everybody saw the video by now, and if you haven't seen the video, I'm not gonna show it here, because it would definitely get age restricted, and honestly it's just too disturbing. But there's literally a video of Cassie escaping one of his speak-offs, to where Diddy pulled her to the ground and kicked on her, like she was trash. And what I'm about to say doesn't apply to just this. It will apply to literally anything else I'll say in the video. But don't use these blog pages as your main source of information, knowing that they're biased, B are propaganda, and C only negative. The same thing applies to the YouTubers and media outlets, or just social media in general. So I highly recommend to do research for yourself from reputable news sources. Like, social media is really a gift and a curse, because what does he post saying 100 men for his Cassie? Doesn't matter if it's rage bait or not, and Diddy's depravity has been going on for years. I already made a whole playlist about this man, but on a real note though, but if you want to get accurate information about this trial, I would recommend Entertainment Tonight, NBC, AP News, the Law and Cry Network on YouTube, and my boy KB Goes Live. He really drops unbiased journalism on this. That being said though, if you want to follow these one page on Instagram, follow 50 Cent's page, because that man for the past 2 years has been on Diddy, dropping the most funny things surrounding the case. So with that being said, let's go over to the next character, which is DDG and Halle Bailey. Now we talked about DDG and Halle Bailey in the past, with a video a year ago, and a video 5 months ago. So if you want to see those videos and hear their perspective as a couple, I'm gonna leave info cards so y'all can watch it after the video end. But anyways, for those who don't know, Halle Bailey filed a restraining order against DDG for DV. Okay, now that's a fortune in bar. But she's alleging that DDG stalked her, harassed her, and had violent and verbal altercations with her. She also requested sole custody of the son Halo, and DDG to not talk about her or her son online. side. And of course, for every situation, people gotta get the 2 cents in, especially with how DDG and Halle's fan base is. They basically tackle one another and say that DDG was the culprit, or that Halle setting her up. But the thing is, too, we don't know yet. As this is, of course, still developing, there's going to be more to the story that we don't know about. There's apparently red camera footage that alleges that DDG broke the camera, and there could be more to the story as to why these things happened. And there could also be a possibility that Halle is somewhat twisted the narrative. But of course, their fan bases are way too invested in this. Cases like these are tricky because it's not a criminal or civil trial, or if the Diddy case federal. It's simply 2 parties debating over custody and both parties proving each other wrong. And that's obviously not to say Halle is lying, but what I am saying is that when people jump to conclusions, there's a very good possibility that you could be wrong in the end. And watch, some of the same people that would say one thing and then end up being the opposite will say that they knew it all along. Like, just stop, bro. And depending on how the situation goes, it could affect their career. And the way I look at it, if the things Halle said in the restraining order are 100% true, then DDG's reputation could be cooked. I wouldn't say canceled though, because DDG's fan base is so huge that people are gonna rock with him no matter what. The same could apply to Halle. Oh, and by the way, if you want to see official documents, I'm gonna leave links in the description, because I read different news sources for the Diddy case, the restraining order for the Halle case, and alleged images of her abuse, and a PowerPoint to the next situation I'm about to talk about right now, which is the Megan and Tory case. The fact that we're talking about this 5 years later is crazy, and I'm surprised I never talked about it on the channel. And I'm sure people that are watching the video right now already know about the case, but in case you haven't, I'm just gonna give a brief synopsis. One day after a college dinner party, Megan and Sally, Tory Lanez, Megan's friend Cassie Harris, and Tory's bodyguard were drunk driving around town, where all of them got to an argument and shots rang off to Megan's foot. For 2 years straight, people have been debating about whether or not Tory shot Megan or not. Well, in 2022, he was found guilty, and he was sentenced to 10 years in prison. But you see, people to this day are still debating about this, saying that Megan stepped on glass, the evidence was tampered, among various different things. And just like with the DDG and Halle Bailey situation, or even the Diddy and Cassie case, because yes, Diddy got fans. People was wearing free Diddy shirts, literally at the front of the courthouse. Granted, I heard it was $20 an hour, which is ironically higher than minimum wage in New York. If so, if y'all was doing that, wear a ski mask, because y'all digital footprint is cooked after this.
Why do you feel that way?
So these are all paid protesters. You can get $20 an hour if you wear a t-shirt.
You gotta speak up.
She just got recruited, right?
I refuse.
You said no.
No.
It wasn't worth the 20?
No, but like he told me that it's for a Diddy coin, so I'm not really sure what that is. Yeah, they just tried to pay me $20 to wear a free fucking shirt.
Stop. I could tell because
The lady right there, she just kept convincing me to go wear a shirt, and I'm like, I'm good.
so just $20. And if you need $20, all you have to do is wear a free puff shirt. And you said no.
Yeah, I said no.
Did they say how many hours?
$20 an hour. And she told me she got paid like $60 yesterday for standing out there in 3 hours.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Why do you feel?
But I say that to say that Megan and Tory has a big fan base that support the artists and attack the other artists. And honestly, I think both fan bases are just as bad. Because Megan's fan base literally sent out money to the guy that stabbed Tory. Whether or not you think Tory shot the gun or not, that is diabolical work. But I'm gonna be completely honest. As much as I like Tory's music, and I honestly actually think that Tory is better than Megan, I honestly do not see Tory being innocent. Because remember, there are 4 people in that car. And why would Megan shoot herself? And the bodyguard and Kelsey has said that they have not shot the gun. And that's something that's looked through the case. There is a lot of inconsistencies surrounding Tory's part of the story. With that being said though, everybody is messing in this situation because Megan lied about certain things, about her having sex with Tory, Kelsey being weird and asking for immunity, and Tory even before he got convicted. Because I don't know if y'all remember, but this man paused August Alsina just because he didn't dab him up. Another thing I want to point out is that Tory would get prison time regardless. Because remember, he's Canadian. So even if he didn't shot Megan, he would get prison time as a felon, and he would be deported back to Canada. And now he probably wouldn't come back ever. And it's already been said that the gun is his. Now, could it be possible that there's more to the story? Of course. But based on everything I see, I'm leaning more towards the fact that Tory shot at Megan. Because logically it only makes sense. And over the past 3 years, people have been spreading conspiracy theories about Rock Nation being involved in this, or that people are tampering evidence. And while gun residue wasn't found on Tory, there are witness accounts and ring camera footage that says that Tory did shot Megan. And listen, while obviously everybody knows to know everything, especially when it comes to trials, as things are very disclosed, people just need to start reading. And like I said, don't take stuff from blog pages. The reason why I'm dropping this video is because last week, Tory's lawyers had a press conference saying that Cassie was the one who did it, and that they basically demanded a retrial, with them even starting out a petition. And even a congresswoman got involved in this, saying that in 36 hours, new videos will drop proving Tory's innocence. Well, it's been over 36 hours and nothing happened.
in 36 hours, we're gonna tell you why Tory Lanez is innocent.
Why can't you just say it now?
Because we haven't made it up yet.
Okay.
But
Oh, Tory Lanez is innocent. Tory Lanez is innocent. There's new evidence. Okay, so why are you telling me? You need to be
Telling the court.
discovered new evidence, and your first thought was to do a press conference? There's nothing I can do for you. I'm the general public. You need to be talking to
The government.
You want him released, but his lawyers haven't filed anything? That's not how any of this works. Your client got stabbed multiple times, and you're saying, oh, I have new evidence that proves he's innocent. That sounds like extremely relevant information. And y'all keep saying, I can't believe Megan pressed charges. I can't believe Megan pressed charges. She didn't. He was prosecuted by the
State of California.
He was put in custody by
State of California.
He was convicted and jailed by the
State of California and the jurors in the state of California.
regular Stallion was a witness. She, not the DA, not the judge, not the jury. Regular people cannot prosecute cases.
Only the government can do that.
And then on top of that, people can say, oh, well, I didn't think he was guilty. Okay, but
The jurors did. All of them.
do you know how many times I disagree with court rulings? All the time. But you have to fix that in court, not
On the internet.
And it's been so weird to the point that Megan dropped her own statement, and our celebrities are getting involved in this for some reason. As SZA defended her, people were dragging Glorilla online just for sharing a post on her story with a Tory Lanez song, thinking that she intentionally chose the song. When even if you've been on Instagram for like 1 minute, that you will know, people that create posts can choose a song to put on the post. So when you share it on your story, it will automatically have the song on, unless you manually turn it off. And from my interpretation, she probably didn't even know it was a song, and just quickly shared it, like we all did that before. And Glo had to tweet something out because of this. But finally also, Megan clearly had enough because her legal team dropped a PowerPoint as to why Tory is guilty, which, like I said, there's a link in the description. Am I saying that everything's perfect? Of course not. There's always going to be something that could help you the case, but criminal trials are beyond reasonable doubt, meaning that evidence lines up to where Tory is the perpetrator. Now while obviously things could change and things could be revealed later on, I do not see it being the opposite. And honestly, regardless, Tory's probably going to get parole because of his status and the things he's charged of. And I don't know how I did it, but yeah, managed to drag RDC World to this. Because apparently, when Megan Thee Stallion was announced that she was a part of DreamCon, the DreamCon manager for some reason lied comments around Tory Lanez. And while it could be a honest mistake, people took that out of disrespect, and DreamCon had to put out a public apology, and RDC World themselves had to put out an apology as well. I say that to say, we can all have our opinions, but at least be respectable, and don't be weird. Because I know there's going to be people in the comments that disagree with what I'm saying right now, but as long as I give a good argument, or at least be rational about it, I could at least respect that. But some people resort to call people names off the rip. Yeah, I don't know these people. Same way you don't know me. We all make mistakes, we're not perfect human beings, and while these skeletons are way bigger than ours, me and y'all watching this video right now, there's some bad things from their past. And also, make sure you respect women, because I'm sure it's just coming out with these details, it's hard for them, because you know people are going to harass them later, regardless of which side you're on. Another example is Sky Jackson. She has a similar situation to what Halle has, and she alleges that her BED assaulted her multiple times. And while of course, there are some things she did in the past, whether it's within this relationship or other things in the past, people are right to criticize her. But if it comes to a point where it really becomes defamation, that's when the line really gets crossed. With that being said, I want to end off with a couple things. One, I hope this video gives different perspective of how women are taken seriously when it comes to the accusations. And while these situations revolve around public figures, these things always happen in real life. Friend, your sister, your mother, or just any special women in your life. And if it was happening to them, yeah, I would do anything to defend them. But due to the fact that these people aren't in the public eye, conspiracy theories go around to the point that it actually end up being fact. And when you leave that impression, that also leads to society's impressions of what DV is. So keep that in mind. But yeah, that's it for the video, yeah. Hope you enjoy. And if you do, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe for more videos, and I'ma catch y'all later. Join my Discord, by the way, link in the description. Also, follow me on Twitch too, I stream there sometimes. With all that being said though, I'm imKingKenneth, and I'm out this bitch. Peace out, y'all.
Dummies here, dummies there, dummies everywhere.
No Diddy, you know?